Hey everyone, this is Liam. I specialize in axes and knives. I'm a full-time bladesmith, 20 years old. I live in North Carolina in the Blue Ridge Mountains. You can see my work on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, forums, and the History Channel. So, a couple questions here that need answering. A lot of people know you from your inspiring Forged in Fire appearance and the beautiful Korra sword you made to win your episode. What was the most challenging part of being on the show? And where is the Korra sword now? The most challenging part of the show for me, there were a couple parts. Well, the whole thing was challenging, but in the first round, we had to make a canister Damascus, and I've never made canister Damascus before. I've made plenty of regular Damascus and different mosaics, but I've never done canister Damascus. And I prepared for the show, and that was just like the one thing that I did not prepare for, so it kind of caught me off guard. And I had trouble in the first round getting through that, but I did get through it just fine. And another difficult part of the show for me was the handle on my Korra sword in the final round, just because I had never done that construction before. It's kind of like a takedown construction. It had multiple pieces, like 6 or 8 different pieces that fit together with little pins inside the handle, and then the end of the handle screwed on with a bronze finial that held everything together. So that was a little bit challenging. Number 2. You are very well known for your handmade axes. How did your love of axes develop? Well, I can't specifically remember what made me like axes. I remember when I first kind of got into axes, remember at this point I had been making knives for 3 or 4 years. And then I just started getting into axes, and I joined a Facebook group called Axe Junkies. And it was relatively a small group when I joined it. It was maybe 5,000 members, and now it's 25,000 members. So I joined Axe Junkies and kind of shared my work and got support and watched other guys with their axes and kind of learned from that. And I went up to a gathering, an axe gathering, summer of 2014, and that kind of kick-started where I am now. So I've been making axes for around 3 years. I can't remember specifically when I really started with that. Number 3. Blacksmiths are constantly perfecting the trade. What is the most recent thing that you have learned? So the most recent thing that I've learned that's really excited me is probably how to fit a keyhole handle, which has nothing to do with axes or forging. It's a knife making handle construction, a keyhole handle, and it's a really difficult handle to pull off and to fit properly. And I think I've nailed how to get that to fit right with no gaps, and I did that just a couple weeks ago. So I'm always learning new things, and that's something that I just learned from a lot of trial and error. Number 4. What has been your all-time favorite blacksmithing project to date, and why? Well, that's an impossible question to answer. I like so many different things I do, so I can't really answer that specifically, but I like anything that really gives me a challenge, something that's different, something that's unique, something that will push myself. Like the sword that I had to make on national television. I like doing those types of things. Getting together with other blacksmiths and collaborating. I got together with Luke and David, who own Bloodroot Blades in Georgia, and I went down there to teach them how to make tools, and then we ended up making a Damascus hammer. Mosaic Damascus and wrought iron hammer, and it was crazy, and that was challenging, and that was fun. We did that. Different axe shapes or handle constructions on knives. Things that challenge me. I like figuring out projects. It's really satisfying when you figure out a problem in the shop and know how to solve it. Number 5. Is bladesmithing a dying trade? I don't think it's dying at all right now. I think that it's growing, especially with Forged in Fire, the TV show. And I think that the TV show is doing really well right now. You know, when it first started, a lot of guys were like, "Oh, this won't last more than 2 seasons." And I was on season 3, and I think now they're on season 4, and it just seems like it's getting more and more popular. So it's a thing nowadays, and all of these arts and crafts kind of come around in cycles. Every few years it'll come back, get popular again, then it'll go away, then it'll come back. It's definitely coming back right now, and I don't know when it's going to go away. It's definitely growing, not dying right now. Number 6. At what point does a blade's soul enter it? Forging, quenching, grinding, sharpening? This one's kind of difficult to answer. You always hear everyone's like, the soul enters the blade when it's heat treated or whatever. I don't know if I ever how to explain this. When you make a hand forged knife as the maker, you kind of feel connected to it. You see it as like not a being, but like it's got personality to it. Like, you know that knife. And I don't think that all of a sudden happens when you heat treat the knife. I think that it happens along the way, all throughout the process, and then it's kind of complete when it's done. And you just kind of like made friends with that knife. If that makes any sense. Number 7. What do you want people to know about Hoffman blacksmithing? Well, for those of you who aren't familiar with me already, I'm 20 years old, and I'm full-time at doing axes and knives. Axes are what I'm known for. Right now, I think that I am making the best axe in the USA that you can buy, the highest quality axe, as far as on a repeatable level, from someone that does everything from start to finish, from the forging, the woodworking, the leatherworking, the heat treatment, and a repeatable process that can actually make it in volume and get it out to people in a timely fashion. So, you know, that's one of my biggest goals right now. That's what I'm about, is making high quality tools. It's a business for me. I'm always pushing to do volume, but quality is the bottom line. I will not sacrifice or compromise quality for volume. Some of the biggest things that's happening with Hoffman Blacksmithing right now is the new shop. I purchased 10 acres of land outside of Boone, North Carolina in June of 2016. And right now we're in the process of putting up a new shop, much larger than my current shop. And that's going to propel things and allow me to make better work, make more of that good work, and so forth. Some other endeavors that I'm trying to take on right now is putting out some intellectual property. So I'm trying to put out some ebooks, some e-DVDs, like the ebook that's coming out really soon. You need to be on the lookout for this. It's coming out soon. Is how to start blacksmithing. I do not talk about, blacksmithing techniques like how to draw a taper, how to make anything. I don't cover any of that. What I'm covering is a topic that is not really talked about, plain and simple, which is what tools you need, how much they cost, where to get them, how long it takes to get them. And so I'm putting together different formulas, letting you know what's essential, what's not essential. I have so many questions every day, literally every single day. Guys ask me, how much does it cost to get started? How do I get started? Will this work? Will that work? I want to get into blacksmithing, but it looks like I have to spend $10,000. Well, none of that's true. I'm trying to kind of debunk that in this book and show you guys exactly how to get stuff. And I also have a section on how to teach yourself. That's coming out soon. I'm having a basic heat treating coming out soon. And then some nice DVDs we're going to be putting out later in the year. So this is my 2 1/4 pound camp axe with a 19-inch hickory handle. This is one of my most original and iconic designs. When people think of LH axe, I think that this is one of the designs that they think of first that makes my product distinct. This stepped back pull that's hardened and tempered, and the overall profile, big meaty bit. and well curved handle. All of the leatherwork is done in-house too, and these sheaths are just immaculate quality. I mean, it's a complete package. You won't find a leather sheath this nice on any other production axe that I know of. So we deliver you a really high quality tool like this that will last generations when taken care of. So in 2016, in summer of 2016, I was fortunate enough to go up to New York and go on Forged in Fire, and I was able to come out as the victor. I came with first place and became the youngest person to ever win Forged in Fire. And in the final round, I was up against an ABS Master Bladesmith, which was really good competition, and it just made the whole experience that much better. So it was a pretty good episode to watch, and I turned out some really good work. The sword that I did in the final round, I was really proud of. So go check that out online. And if you have any other questions, you can just reach out to me through my social media accounts and whatnot. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.